Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got this awesome comment from James Stanton asking if I could review Nashville, Tennessee, and of course I can. He's actually asking if I see any changes in the foreseeable future. Well, yes, James, I see a lot of changes in the foreseeable future. What's gonna happen? Our price is gonna drop. I'm going to talk to you directly. Actually, before I start, I just want to say one quick thing. If you guys want me to make a video on a specific city, specific county, specific state, please go ahead, comment down below, and I'll jump in and make you that video. Now, jumping into this, okay? The rates are going up. The Federal Reserve is super freaked out, and they're raising the rates until inflation goes down to 2%, okay? What is that? What's going to happen, right? Right now, unfortunately, inflation is raging, and the Federal Reserve cannot contain it. So they're just going to keep doing what they're doing, and it's going to take time. And it's going to take time to bring those prices, that inflation rate down. What happens? How does it come down, right? A lot of people are like, okay, well, big deal. So they raise the rates, Basically, by raising the rates, doing what the Federal Reserve is doing is they want to crash the economy. And what does that mean? They basically want to see layoffs. Right now, I was reading about a week ago where the employment report came out, and it was good. We had super low employment. You might think, hey, that's great. No, that's actually, yeah, sure. That is really good if we have like 2% inflation. But because we have like 8% inflation, but over 8% inflation, actually having high employment is really bad. Why? Because it's keeping more money circulating in the economy. And that's exactly what the Federal Reserve is trying to fight. The Federal Reserve is basically trying to suck money out of the economy because that's what's keeping everything, all the prices high. And it's very, very scary because we can go from inflation to hyperinflation pretty quickly here. And it's all based on basically, are we going to keep printing more money? Which obviously they're not printing more money. So our price is going to come down? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because the Federal Reserve is not going to stop until there's massive unemployment and there's a recession. And we're going to see a reset. Now, I know many of you guys think like, oh, that's awful. How could they do that? But again, the flip side is if we continue with inflation, we will lose this country. Like the economy would collapse, and if the United States economy collapses at an inflation type of a collapse, then the whole world would collapse and all bets are off, right? If we do not fix the inflation problem, houses are not going to drop. Okay, if the government keeps printing more money, which obviously they're not going to, but basically that's the problem. Nobody wants to sell their house now because right now if you sell, you got to jump into another property, which you're going to get screwed either on the interest rates or the high property prices. So right now we have a supply problem. Nothing's coming down fast enough, and it's one of the reasons why the feds are, the Federal Reserve is just freaking out right now. So expect the rates to just skyrocket over the next few months, and expect a huge recession over the next 3 to 6 months, which will eventually bring down the prices. Now, our job right now is basically to save as much money as possible, to be able to really have the best opportunity when we need to get that down payment. If you have a W-2 job, make sure you just do your best to keep that job, because you're going to need at least 2 years of employment to be able to qualify for a loan, and save every penny, because you're going to have amazing buying opportunities if you got all your paperwork in order. Again, buying a house is not like, buying a car. It's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more of an investment, and you need that down payment. So focus, save, and get ready. Now, before I jump in to check out Nashville, I just want to show you this little article I found from Market Watch, basically saying we're seeing buyers backing out. This is dramatic chart reveals a U-turn in the housing market as sellers slash prices. Not only about 8% of the homes right now have price cuts. It's not crazy, but again, it's more data showing where the economy is going, and now basically how sellers are reacting. My favorite part of this article is this paragraph right here where it says, unlike buyers who are much more sensitive to rising mortgage rates, sellers are just slow to react to the changes in demand. They set prices based on where they think the market is, and are often reluctant to set their prices too low. Obviously, look, if I was going to put my house on the market, if I'm selling my house right now, I'm going to look at the comps in my neighborhood. And guess what? The comps are amazing. Why? Because we're coming off of a bubble. So I'm going to try to list really high. Because at the end of the day, I really do want to get the most amount for my place. But that, unfortunately, the buyers are the ones that are calling the shots now, and there's just not that many buyers. So at one point, when I list my house at X amount of money and I get no offers, nobody even comes to look at it, well then I'm gonna be like, okay, well then let me lower it, let me keep lowering it until I start seeing people actually, interested, and that's how the prices come down. But we just need a lot more motivated sellers out there to really increase the price drops, right? Okay, enough bad news. I'm sorry. Let's jump into Nashville. Unfortunately, Nashville right now it's expensive. It was a huge hotspot. Look, let me just, before I look at the houses, look, this is the Redfin weekly housing market data, and you could see in 2022, this is the black line. 2019 is this blue line. Just a few years ago, you could buy a house for about $302,000, and that price has skyrocketed to $447 right now, which is about $150,000 more than it was just a few years ago. And you gotta wonder, did people's salary go up that much? No. Nashville has been a hotspot. A lot of people have been leaving the big cities and moving here, which has definitely been keeping the prices really high. But this has been popular for a long time. Actually, this has become so popular that people started looking at this other city called Knoxville right here. And now Knoxville is kind of going through a whole very expensive housing market, because people were like, hey, I can't afford, Nashville anymore. Let's try Knoxville. So Knoxville, again, is getting really, really popular. But my favorite right here is Memphis. I have done a video on Memphis. Let me tell you guys, you could still find super affordable houses on Memphis. And here, this river right here is the Mississippi River. And you guys know what's important about Memphis. Basically, there's so much history here. This is where Martin Luther King was shot. This is where Elvis is from. This is where basically the blues came from. There's Beale Street right here. Okay, enough Memphis. I am a Memphis fan. I am sorry. But let's focus on Nashville right here. Also, Chattanooga is a cool place. Just pointing that out. Anyways, here is Nashville, Tennessee. And let's go ahead and just kind of scroll and just to see what kind of prices we're looking at. Well, I could tell you right here, this southern part of Memphis, south of the 440, west of the 65, I'm looking at massively, incredibly, super duper expensive homes. I'm talking in the millions. Just to be in this area, looks like you're gonna need like, a few $1,000,000, definitely over $1 million. I had no idea that this could be so expensive. Then when we go farther from the city, you could see homes come down to about the $500,000 range, maybe $600,000 range. And then when we go to the north, again, this area right here, it's about the $700,000 range. Here outside, north of the city, looks like to be the most affordable. And it looks like the farther you get, obviously, the more affordable things get. And then this part, the southern east part, looks like it is generally the most affordable out here. So look, looks like here's a lake house all the way in the east. Here's a single story, 1,800 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is actually really, really nice for $425,000. Again, it is a single story. It's really close to like some water lake area. Wow. Okay. Wow. This house is insane. Okay. So I actually absolutely love this kitchen. I love these floors. I love how it looks. I love this so much. This kitchen is a little on the dark side with that dark gray, but something about the way that they designed it, absolutely, they hit it. A+ on the design on this house. Absolutely love it. Love the color scheme. I would absolutely love to live in this house. Now, 1,800 square foot. It has no garage. Ouch. Okay, so that's sort of sucks. No garage is sort of a deal breaker for me. But man, I would, it seems like you do get a lot of oh no, I'm sorry. There's a garage right there. Where is this garage? So it looks like, oh, that's pretty cool. You come around, you get this parking in the back, and then you have a garage. Never mind. Okay, so this is my dream house. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's got plenty of room, 1,800 square foot. You're literally in back of an amazing looking lake. And now for some reason you don't have lake properties right on it, and it looks like there's no like walkway on the lake. I'm sure there's a little trail there, but hey, you know what? It's good enough for me. Absolutely love it. 425. It's not going to break the bank. Here is another house with a huge price cut. Again, single story. Very small, like about 1,200 square foot, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but it's right in front of this really nice looking park, and there's a marina right there. Okay, so I would say, you know, I don't know much about Nashville, but I really like this water area. Now, if you got a little bit more money, let's see what $1 million basically gets you. This house is so nice. Is this even real or 3D? Sometimes it's hard to tell. I guess it's a real house. That photo just looks so perfect. It's hard to tell, right? There's definitely been some photoshopping here. No, but honestly, the house looks really nice. This house is huge, 3,500 square foot, 4 bedroom, 4 bath, almost $1 million, 920. It's insane. I mean, the house is beautiful. Look at that. I kind of like the first one with half the price, closer to the water. That's my own personal thing. But, you know, obviously this house is a lot bigger. This house is almost double the size of that other one, and definitely double the size. But this is just insane, right? Look, here's where it is, a little bit farther from the water. Look at all that greenery. This is really nice. Although I kind of want to be closer to the big, you know, to like the market. You know, if like I run out of eggs, I don't want to take, 45 minutes to go to the store, right? Up here, farther away, you could see we got like 500,000. So guys, if you're going to be in Nashville, I hate to break it to you, you're going to need about $500,000. And then you're probably going to have a good time because there's definitely a lot of houses under 500,000. Obviously, the more prestigious are going for, close to in the millions. Now, let's focus in this neighborhood. Why the hell is this so expensive? Look at that. 4 million, 1 million, 1 million. So these are really expensive homes. Let's see if we could, maybe here's the $5 million house. Jesus. 8,000 square foot. So it's a mansion, a bunch of bedrooms, bunch of bathrooms. It's okay. I just cannot do 8,000 square foot. There's just like no way. This is an era, in my opinion, that is just, it's not the new way of living, right? I think a big house today is 4,000 square foot. I mean, nobody should need anything more than 4,000 square foot, right? Like the average person. I understand if you're a gazillionaire and your accountant comes to you and says like, hey, spend the money, then you have to, right? But I probably would still buy multiple properties rather than one big one. This house is nice, 1.2 million. Actually, I don't like it, but 3,500 square foot. It's really clean. Look at this awesome, look, check out this cooking kitchen. Look how nice, oh, shoot, this is a walkthrough. No, well, I wanted to just outline this cooking kitchen, super nice. Anyways, this house has a lot going on. But again, for that kind of money, I mean, I think if I had $1 million here in Nashville, I would just like look at about 500 houses because basically you could buy anything you want, and even something like this, for example, for $1.8 million, almost 1.2, $65,000 price cut. I mean, you could probably get these guys down closer to $1 million for sure, especially as the economy is crashing. I could tell you walk in here, you're gonna have to rip up that carpet, needs a paint job, needs new floors. So I would come in here and be like, I would tell my realtor to say, hey, you know what, the kitchen looks okay. Actually, I hate the counter and I hate the backsplash, but I would say, and look, it's got a hole here. I would come in here and I would say, look, these guys, they're asking quite a lot of money for this house. It clearly needs, new floors in some of the rooms. It needs new carpet, needs new paint job. That's all very expensive. Might need a new kitchen, needs new bathrooms. I mean, that bathroom is old and janky. And then you try to negotiate. You talk to your realtor. Basically, your realtor is the middleman. Make sure you pick a realtor that is nice, that is not going to piss off the other realtor, because you don't want to insult them, right? You don't want to say, hey, man, you're asking 1.2 million for this house and it's a piece of crap. You don't want to say that because then they're going to tell you, well, screw you, we're not selling it to you. So you sort of want to be nice. You're going to be like, hey, well, it's a little overpriced, and you got to be able to walk away and let them come to you, right? But yeah, definitely this area is just This is probably homes from those famous, what's it called, country country music players. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at a very expensive homes, but I'm not seeing any like music recording studios in these homes. You would think that a lot of famous country singers would build their own little studio at home. This is a really nice house, but again, for $2 million, huge hard pass on this. If I had $2 million bucks, guys, I would be going nuts in Nashville. I would literally buy the nicest house, and I would definitely come in under budget. A lot of these homes are just a little bit too crazy for me. Look at this one. This one's really nice for 1.65 million. I love the front yard, how green it is. Actually, they don't even show pictures of the inside. This is actually sort of ridiculous. Look, 1,300 square foot for $1.6 million. What are they thinking? So clearly this neighborhood is very, very expensive. Here's 1.7 million. This is actually really nice. Hate that it's a two-story, but that's okay. What's up with the sideways like brick? Don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I would have, sometimes people get a little bit too creative with their homes and it sort of backfires. Why would they do sideways brick? I've never seen that. Trust me, I've seen a lot of homes. This is the first home I've seen where they do this design. I sort of hate it, to be honest. But it's not the end of the world. Like, you did it on the side normal, right? And then on the front of the side, you went like diagonal. Why would you do that? It sort of ruins it for me. But once you go in, it's a very classy house. You go in, you like the kitchen, everything is completely, this is really nice. This is sick little backsplash. Look, all the different types of tiles. This is very, very, this is definitely a designer has put this thing together. It's actually really, really nice. It's very clean and it is very big. This is almost mansion style for, it's 4,600 square foot. It's a huge house for 1.7. It is expensive, but again, you get a huge house. And then like in contrast, right around that same neighborhood, you get this house for 1.5 million and it's only 900 square foot, right? So this is kind of ridiculous. But it looks like it says build site envelope. So you can they probably have it permitted to where you can build. I don't know. I just don't understand why this house is so much. 1.4. So I guess you're just buying the land. Seems really expensive. I would have to dig into that property to learn a little bit more. But look, this area is just, look at this, 1.6 million, 3,400 square foot. This doesn't even look like 3,400 square foot. It's a huge house, but it doesn't look like it in the front. So it must be like one of those row houses where it just keeps, it's like really long. It's got some fun little funky things to it, but man, 1.6 in Nashville, geez, that seems incredibly expensive. Wow. This neighborhood right here, I guess the southwest part is just really, really, it's probably really nice. So this area right here, look, it only gets even more expensive. 2.3 million, 2.8. Look at this. Wow, it's like mansions too, man. Like, I don't know, guys. Can you guys do a 5,000 square foot home? Look, this house comes with an outhouse. Do you guys know what an outhouse is? Actually, no, it's a shed. It's actually a really nice shed. This house is insane. $2.8 million though, it's like way, way too much, man. And yeah, I would hate to have, 5,000 square foot home. It'll be like you could get lost. Now it's sort of on the main street, which is not that cool. But this is how Nashville looks. What do you guys think? Pretty nice, pretty green, but man, mega, mega expensive, especially this neighborhood. Again, the whole town seems pretty expensive. So I am with the person who commented. But again, if you got 500,000, you could probably get something nice, but don't expect too much, man, especially around the downtown area. Because it looks like for something, for you to pick and choose, like whatever, you're going to need at least $1 million. Wow, crazy. And if you look at the Redfin weekly housing market data, you could see the prices are going sideways. Hopefully this changes a little bit now with the new interest rates. But again, super overpriced. We're definitely in a bubble. oh God, it's going to be scary times, because it's either inflation stays high and prices stay high, which is bad, or the economy crashes, which is bad. It's just like there's no way out at this point. It sucks. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. If you like my videos, please go ahead, subscribe, and just hit this button right here. We've got a lot of things. I'm going to be changing up the format of these shows. I'm going to make them shorter, more interactive, so you're really going to want to stay up to date with my channel. So subscribe and turn bell notifications on, and it'll make it easier. Okay, if you guys want me to review a specific city, specific county, specific state, please go ahead, comment down below, and I will jump in and make you that video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.